as a lifelong fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, I must say that The War of the Rohirrim has left me utterly spellbound. The intricate attention to detail, the clever Easter eggs hidden throughout the film, and the tantalizing hints at a larger narrative have all served to ignite my imagination like nothing else in recent memory. This article contains spoilers for The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Have you subscribed to the channel and hit the like button yet? What are you waiting for? It's easy, just a click away. Now, let's dive into the incredible world of Easter eggs and references found in this movie. The War of the Rohirrim, The Lord of the Rings. Kenji Kamiyama, renowned in anime circles for his work on Ghost in the Shell, directs the movie adaptation of The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. This is a fitting union as Tolkien's epic high fantasy finally meets Japan's ancient animated art, and anime seems an ideal medium for the fantastical creatures and characters of Lord of the Rings, allowing them to flourish into their most stunning manifestations. The anime format seamlessly infuses Tolkien's work into every aspect of the movie, making each scene feel distinctly Tolkien-esque, even in original material. It would probably, don't let you believe that you could be not really crossed the point of that not way, you could be talking. The War of the Rohirrim creatures, the Lord of the Rings fantasy beasts appear in the movie. As a seasoned film critic, I found myself reminiscing about J.R.R. Tolkien's legendary work, The Lord of the Rings, while watching The War of the Rohirrim. It seems that the creators have drawn inspiration from the rich bestiary Tolkien populated his epic with, creatures that have left an indelible mark on the world of fantasy, literature, and filmmaking. However, it certainly does include the great eagles, the Mumakil, the Watcher in the Water, and orcs, and yet none of these beasts appear in the movie's source material, making them Tolkien Easter eggs rather than natural and logical aspects of the adaptation. The Watcher in the Water appears most beguilingly in a lake, bearing very little resemblance to Peter Jackson's version of the beast. Likewise, the Mumakil rampages through the woods like the infected boar in Princess Mononoke, Hayao Miyazaki's legendary anime movie 9. Symbols of Rohan pervade war of the Rohirrim. J.R.R. Tolkien's Rohan echoes through the movie. The film subtly acknowledges Eowyn's heroic status in The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, by incorporating Easter eggs related to Hera, her role as a shield maiden. This suggests that the movie highlights the journey leading to Eowyn becoming a notable figure of the Third Age. Moreover, Alwyn, an older shield maiden who serves as a mentor and inspiration for J.R.R., presents an intriguing contrast in terms of character development. But I found another amazing Easter egg that stuck with me, being using of Tolkien-esque symbols from Rohan. You see, the House of Eorl is filled with established imagery associated with the writers of Rohan. And the War of the Rohirrim doesn't skimp on these details. The film stunningly links the stories of the past in an homage to the Lord of the Rings series, breathing new life into the well-known tale. 8, Sauron's venture into the War of the Rohirrim, references wider Middle Earth. In the War of the Rohirrim, a surprise guest appearance, the Southron tribes make their presence known as well. These fierce Southron tribes, Haradrim, were known for their southern location and joining forces with Sauron during the War of the Ring. They are not only a formidable, mysterious adversary in the Lord of the Rings, but also in the War of the Rohirrim. This adds an additional layer to the epic storyline, further demonstrating the interconnected world of Middle-earth. 7, War of the Rohirrim develops Tolkien's Shield Maiden's Lord of the Rings. Female warriors have pride of place in the movie. If you've seen The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, you know the significance of Éowyn, a shield maiden. Interestingly, the film presents a solid reference to female warriors through the character of Hera. The focus on Éowyn during the War of the Rohirrim implies her journey to becoming a notable figure within the Third Age. This gives the movie a new, exciting context by highlighting a crucial aspect of the Lord of the Rings series. The prominence of strong female characters. 6 left. No tales tell of war of the Rohirrim's main character. The movie knows that Hera gets just one line in the book. The House of Orl, where Hera is just a fleeting presence, takes an unexpected turn by making her the main character. This decision hints at the subtle sexism that shrouded the historical accounts of Rohan's tales. By choosing Hera as the focus, the War of the Rohirrim brings forth a powerful perspective that acknowledges past biases. 5. The War of the Rohirrim uses the Rohirrim's famous battle cry. The movie's dialogue references J.R.R. Tolkien's book. It's fascinating how the film nods to its roots through the beloved line. This battle cry from the Lord of the Rings series adds more depth to this story as it brings the Rohirrim's rich history and mythology to the forefront. The inclusion of such powerful lines creates an ongoing connection between the two adaptations and emphasizes their shared heritage. 4, War of the Rohirrim references Lord of the Rings beacons. Rohan hesitates to light the beacons in the movie. In The Return of the King, Denethor was reluctant to call for aid by lighting the beacons, and now we see a similar stubbornness manifest in War of the Rohirrim in the form of Helm withholding the signal for help. This subtle reference shows a deeper understanding and appreciation of Tolkien's broader mythos by the screenwriters. War of the Rohirrim shows Lord of the Rings looming evil. Is Tolkien's Third Age. Isengard is on show in the movie. Isengard, significant setting in the Lord of the Rings, is featured in the War of the Rohirrim as the base for Wilf and his warriors. In this film, Isengard undergoes a transformation that gives a nod to Saruman's experiments in the Two Towers, adding to the rich connection between the story and its famous predecessor. A Tolkien rune appears at the end of War of the Rohirrim. This ancient symbol is one of Lord of the Rings runes. One of the most intriguing Easter eggs I encountered was the appearance of a Surth rune, an alphabet devised by J.R.R. Tolkien specifically for the Lord of the Rings. The rune symbol found in the movie on a letter held by a character adds a sense of depth and a shared connection between the two adaptations. It's also worth noting that the same rune made a prominent appearance in The Hobbit. The War of the Rohirrim drops a Gandalf reference. The movie alludes to one of Tolkien's best characters. And now for the final and most intriguing Easter egg, a reference to the ever-beloved Gandalf. As I mentioned earlier, the door of Bag End sports a rune resembling the letter G for Gandalf. This subtle nod to the wizard remains only implied, leaving audiences eagerly anticipating any potential connections between the War of the Rohirrim, Gandalf, and other characters to be explored in future films, or maybe a brilliant sequel. And like I said, thanks for watching, and until next time.